On my channel, we've had a lot of conversations about domestic violence and dealing with people who commit domestic violence. I believe that there are always yellow and red flags that you can see beforehand, more times than none, before you get to a point like what happened with this story. And I continue to keep trying to educate people and educate our sisters, even though men can also be abused as well. But more times than not, it happens to women, violence against women by way of a man, is to not get involved with people like this, which is why we have to dig deeper than the surface and truly get to know the essence of a person before we start having kids and start having relationships and start mixing feelings with these people, right? But the person that you guys see on my screen is every bit of a terrible person and an abuser. Let me give you guys a disclaimer about my content. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm over here trying to drop myself off, dropping stuff on myself. But I'm getting this from foxnews.com, so thank you for the article. So I grew up a soccer player. This definitely hits home for me because I love the sport of soccer. But nonetheless, this is a former professional soccer player by the name of Jorginho James. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's wrong, then I don't give a damn how to pronounce an abuser's name properly anyway, okay? A former professional soccer player who competed for MLS Houston Dynamo and USL's RGV Toros was arrested for allegedly assaulting his estranged wife at a daycare. And I'm going to tell you, I think you could just take out the alleged word when you have video evidence of him on camera. Why do they have to use the word alleged? It's him. He beat the crap out this woman on camera. I think it's okay to say that. That's him. He's beating up somebody and the woman claimed it was hers. So therefore you have A plus, 1 + 1 = 2 with this situation. James of Pearland, Texas, so Texas taking another L, was charged with assault causing bodily injury of a family member and violation of bond conditions on August the 30th, Houston Chronicle reported, citing court records. He allegedly choked the woman in a separate incident in March, according to officials. The woman spoke to Fox 26 Houston after a video showing the incident circulated on social media. So here's her words. As soon as I parked, he jumped in my back seat of her car, she told the station. I got out of the car, I went inside my daughter's daycare, and I called 911. While I'm still on the phone with them, that's when he started hitting me. He punched me 8 times. I feel like he wouldn't have stopped if I wouldn't have fallen. He already had his arm ready to go with a 9th punch. James told Fox 26 Houston that this is not the right time for me to explain anything. His attorney declined to comment on the incident to the Chronicle. James, who is originally from Jamaica, has spent most of his time playing for the Toros, an affiliate of the Dynamo. He reportedly appeared in 1 game for the Dynamo. So let me give you guys a disclaimer. Do I have my other disclaimer up here? Let me see if I can find it. Just in case if you guys are triggered. Here's your warning. The following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. And I'm going to make it really big so y'all can't act like y'all didn't see it. And, oh, I didn't know. That's what I was about to watch. You're going to view a blurred out version of this punching out. So, therefore, my video does not deserve to be demonetized. Okay? Let me give you guys also another fair usage disclaimer. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Y'all do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up and share this video. And I also want y'all to understand that this man did this in front of a small child who I believe this might have actually been his child. And you're going to see this child do the saddest thing you'll ever want to see. And this child went to try to help their parent that was being beat up. Take a look at this.
On Fox tonight, we hear from the estranged wife of a former Dynamo player who was captured on a disturbing video.
Yeah, Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us live from downtown with the exclusive.
Yeah, Anthony, now tens of thousands have seen the video on social media. I do want to warn you, it's violent and difficult to watch. The woman asked that we not show her face or say her name. This is not the first time 30-year-old Jorginho James has been charged with assault of a family member. He got his first felony charge last March.
He put a belt around my neck and he strangled me. He kept me in the room for about an hour, 2 hours. He put the belt around my neck a second time.
Y'all see this big tall ass coward? Look at this.
This is not
He put the little girl down.
the first time
He grabbed her by the throat.
30-year-old Jorginho
Tried to take her phone. Look at the little girl. Matter of fact, let me see if I can make this bigger. Let me make this bigger. Look at the little girl back there.
James
1
has been charged
2
with assault
3
of a family member.
4. Now look at the little child. Scared and goes over to try to stop this big old huge grown man punching this woman like ain't no tomorrow. Like he beating up a man. Punching this woman like Mike Tyson Punch Out. Look at the little kid.
He got
boom.
His first felony charge last March.
He put a belt.
Look at the little kid.
This is not the first time 30-year-old Jorginho James has been charged with assault of a family member. He got his first felony charge
Y'all see the little kid went all the way over there.
Last March.
He put a belt around my neck and he strangled me. He kept me in the room for about an hour, 2 hours. He put the belt around my neck a second time, and this time it was longer.
He obviously got out on bond.
2 days later, yes.
According to court documents, James was abiding by a protective order and his bond conditions. That changed on August the 30th.
Yes.
She says James was following her while taking her 2-year-old to daycare.
And as soon as I parked, he jumped in my back seat. I got out of the car, I went inside my daughter's daycare, and I called 911. And while I'm still on the phone with them, that is when he started hitting me. He did punch me 8 times, and I just feel like he wouldn't have stopped. He wouldn't have stopped if I wouldn't have fallen, because he already had his arm ready to go a 9th time.
2 weeks have passed. She still has a big black bruise and swollen face. You have a broken finger.
Yes, I have a broken finger. You know, I can't use my right hand.
Surprisingly, the second attack is a misdemeanor, but James got a second felony charge for violating a protective order or bond condition.
How was that a misdemeanor? That should be attempted murder. And it's at a daycare, and it's in front of children, and you put children at risk, in danger, and we have super aggravated child abuse laws in Texas. Misdemeanor my ass. Please don't make me come down there and act a fool down there in Houston. Y'all need to fix this. That ain't no damn misdemeanor. That's absolutely a felony, and it should be potentially attempted murder and a whole bunch of other stuff, especially child abuse.
I was 100% sure that
We're going to be protesting all up and through them streets down there if they don't get this right.
he wasn't going to be able to come out this time.
Even though the DA's office filed a motion to deny bond, it was set at $20,000 in the 174th District Court.
I hope that he watches this or somebody he knows watches this and he realizes that, you know, he hurt our daughter more than he hurt me. She's been screaming and crying in her sleep, and I just need him to stay away and focus on himself.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm familiar with soccer players. I know that they can run a long time. They can kick really hard. They're in shape. That don't mean that they can fight. Ain't no way in hell he's doing that to any grown man. I think even any regular grown man probably would have been able to whoop this boy's ass. Ain't no freaking way. No way. He's a damn coward.
And on getting better so he can be a father to our daughter in the future.
Confused. Look at that baby, confused.
Now, we called to see if James wanted to respond. He told us it's not the right time for me to explain anything. Reporting live from downtown, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
The baby jumping around like that. Look at this. Confusion.
Getting better so
Ran from mom,
he
ran to
can be a
dad.
father to our daughter in the future.
Dad, what's going on? Confusion. Look at that. Confusion.
Now, we called us.
Confusion. That is heartbreaking. Look, I don't think people like this can be rehabilitated. I think that their abuse is going to continue to keep happening. I think somebody like him deserves at least 20 years in prison. Let him go to prison for 20 years and see if he'll do that to any of the inmates. Let him fight some of the inmates like that and see what's going to happen to him. 20 years is what he should get. If he don't get that, that's going to be the real injustice. Pray for that baby. Pray for the mother. Say this again. Pray for the baby. That baby is traumatized. Little angel. Keep that baby in your prayers. Thank y'all for listening to this story. The best way is to pay attention to the signs. Don't make babies with people until you truly, truly feel like you have dug beneath the surface, and you got to start finding those red flags and yellow flags. Find out what makes a person tick, or maybe just hold off on having kids altogether. Stop being so blinded by this thing we call love. Start using our minds instead of our hearts. Okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to this story. Leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you.